And this last section, we'll be going over the mastering and exporting of your mix. So we're going to just expand out our master track. Let's minimize that. And we're going to just have none. We just go to our audio effects here, audio effect rack, mixing and mastering. And I like, really doesn't matter. Could try all of these, multiband and limiter. Drag that on there. And all the mastering does is, again, I've been using this word a lot, but it adds the sheen, the pro sheen. It gets everything sounding nice and fat. Sometimes you have a mix that might be a little thin when you go and burn the CD to listen to your car, or put it in your iPod, or you listen on your home sound system. This will give it that thickness without distorting and going over 0 decibels. So you have a multiband compressor and a limiter. In Ableton, they have some really good sounding stuff in here, and you could basically get, you know, a pro commercial sounding mix just by using their software. You drag that on there, and it's pretty much set. You don't have to do anything. We'll do a listen back to hear how the track sounds with and without it. Turn it off. On. Again, there's a lot more air or room. There's more space, there's more headroom that it's giving. And that's done, again, with a lot of different algorithms and effects and processing. And let's listen to this last one. It's a pretty loud one. You can actually hear a lot of limiting going on. Again, it's trial and error. That's not the greatest example, but it did well for these two songs. This one's not sounding too well. So you got to go in and, you know, try a different effect, or maybe it doesn't work for you. You just need to not have that on there. Just have a limiter. This is audio production. This is DJ world. There's so many variables. You could go for days tweaking and changing things, but it's just all what sounds good in your head. Now, with that said, we can finally go and export our mix to be able to listen to it, you know, hand it off to our friends, promoters, whatever you like to do. We're just gonna set, what I did was I set our loop points. So it's this bar here, and that's the beginning of the track, and that's the end of the session, the mix session. Let's minimize all of this here. I'm gonna close that out, minimize that. And these from here to here is where the export will happen. So you go to File, Export Audio/Video, and I like to render as loop. The computer's smart and knows that you set the loop point, so it's going to actually export within that area, but I just render as loop. And whatever settings you like, I keep it whatever default, wave, 44.1, 16-bit, triangle, create analysis. It's all good. Make sure it's the master also. And whatever it defaults to will be fine. Export. And then just gonna save it in here. You can name it whatever you want and then save. And depending on how long your mix is, it might take a few minutes to 30 minutes to 45 minutes. Just depends on your computer. But just let it do its thing and you're good. Looks like this concludes an overview of how to use a DJ mix using Ableton Live 9 software. The 3 tracks that I have used are available for download in the course material. My name is DLake, your favorite DJ, rapper, producer, and I hope to see and hear you guys soon.